Hey guys, welcome back to the B stream here for WCS Season Finals, Season 2 in fact, as we now have two players on the verge of elimination. And who would have guessed? We have here NaNiwa versus INnoVation. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah,
Not so funny.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
It
I
was
mean,
like
I can't even believe it. Like INnoVation in the losers match, possibly facing elimination here. He's gonna have to make sure that does not happen versus NaNiwa. NaNiwa, he's here for revenge. I talked a little bit to him. He's fired up. He wants to make it out of his group. The first match was not convincing. He was pretty unfortunate versus Dog, and now he's out for blood. And he's not out for anybody's blood, but INnoVation. So.
And that's a tough one, man. Do robots bleed? Do they? I don't know. But this is going to have to answer that. I mean, NaNiwa here, he has a very tall challenge ahead of him. And they're doing the map vetoes as we speak. The only slight problem is that both of them are barcodes, so it's kind of hard to follow what's going on. Okay, wait. INnoVation chose that he was A, so he vetoed Belshir first. And then NaNiwa vetoed Whirlwind, then we had Akalon being vetoed by INnoVation, and the Star Station by NaNiwa.
So our two most played maps, Newkirk and Belshir, one of those maps is not going to be played here.
That's true.
And Derelict picked first. Totally agree with this by INnoVation. It's going to be a very good map to stop Protoss from taking a third and then apply pressure between the natural and third base. Drops are not too bad either, although they're not the best on this map. NaNiwa, what's left actually?
Neoplanet and then Newkirk, I think.
Oh wow, this is pretty close, I guess. Maybe Newkirk.
Yeah, you don't want to go on Neoplanet?
Oh, actually, I would take Newkirk, but NaNiwa probably takes Neoplanet.
You think?
Probably thinking right now.
Bit more aggressive?
Yeah, NaNiwa is not the turtly type.
No. Well, again, this is not the position I expected us to be in at all. So, quite excited to see this. As first map is Derelict, and then NaNiwa is still thinking about his map choice here for his second map. It's an important decision. The loser of this series is out of the season finals. So we have...
look at INnoVation. He's really bad. He's in gold.
Hey, all of these Koreans are in gold.
32 wins and 1 loss.
1 loss?
Who beat him? What? He had to leave a game.
Check his match history. Quick, go.
That's right.
We need to see which gold league INnoVation lost to. It's there. Belshir Vestige?
This is the one, you think?
17
minutes?
It's just a random barcode.
Yeah, but which one is he? Let's try the second one.
Yeah, I guess he's the second one.
Okay.
Okay, it was a High Masters.
Master. So maybe TVT not INnoVation's best matchup?
Well, we already just saw him against Tasia, and that last map I have to commend. I think Tasia more than anything for being as resilient. You think that's Tasia?
No, imagine this guy, he beat INnoVation, he doesn't even know. If you're in Master, rank 3 Master, and you have 227 win and 208 losses, you've beat INnoVation. You beat the Terran who was in gold, that was INnoVation.
That's true, that's true. We've outed this guy for beating INnoVation. Oh, wow. Be proud of yourself. Congratulations. You can now retire happy. And
you can go on becoming the best player in the world. You beat the best player in the world. You're now the best player in the world.
Don't retire happy. Just keep going, as Mr. Todd would give you such instruction. All right, so we are finally now ready to jump into our first game. And the second map will indeed be Newkirk. So Neoplanet S will be our third if we need it here. And the countdown's begun. So I am looking forward to this, because I did not expect this to be our lineup. Although Tasia versus NaNiwa would have been kind of good as well.
Yeah.
So
you expected NaNiwa to lose, but you didn't know about the Terran versus Terran.
I didn't know how the PvP would go either, to be honest with you. NaNiwa could have brought it, but there were some weird things going on in that series that we all happened to watch. All right, so let's jump into game number 1 here. INnoVation versus NaNiwa. The loser goes home. As we have spawned down to the bottom left-hand corner here, our blue Protoss representing the Alliance as well as Sweden. He is NaNiwa, aka Barcode. And spawning up to the top right-hand corner, we have our red Terran representing the STX Soul as well as Korea. He is INnoVation.
I like how you say the loser of this goes home. He goes home with $5,000. Maybe he flies directly to like a Caribbean island.
He just doesn't go home. He's like, well, it's time to relax for a little bit. With all this esports money.
After all this stress in the tournament and the disappointment, need a vacation.
God, I don't think NaNiwa are expected to be in this position in the losers match and then against INnoVation in that losers match.
Yeah.
So for NaNiwa, this is...
I think he was very surprised. I mean, I talked to him and he said next time he plays Dog, he knows exactly what to do. So he's going to have to beat INnoVation here. That's never an easy task for anybody.
No. And INnoVation here is opening up pretty stably here with the barracks first, not going for any weird command center firsts against NaNiwa. So I'm expecting to see no huge, massive risks, like crazy balls to the wall aggression or crazy economical openings. Depending on if, say, for example, INnoVation felt in game number 1 he could have got away with the command center first, maybe then we'll see it later on. But that remains to be seen.
To be honest, I feel like the situation isn't so bad for NaNiwa, because it's not like he had one Terran, one Zerg, and one Protoss in his group. He probably practiced most for his first match, but then he had a second matchup to practice for.
Knowing it would be a Terran.
Yeah, Protoss versus Terran.
Yeah.
So, and also, INnoVation, he's just lost versus Parting in WCG Korea replays. There was the VODs, I mean, available. And I'm sure NaNiwa watched these a lot of times. So he knows exactly... I mean, it's better to face someone who's just recently lost to the race that you play, rather than having him be like almost invincible in the matchup. Like if you know that he almost never loses, then you have to be the one guy that's going to beat him. That feels a lot harder.
Well, INnoVation now is going across the map here with the Scout. He opened up Reaper, so this is going to allow him to get that command center nicely, well defended, as NaNiwa is going to have to deal with the Reaper on the other side of the map. So not much opportunity here for NaNiwa to really move out whilst he gets his first Zealot, but I think he's happy to get the first Zealot just in case some kind of engineering blade block will come along. Oh, did he cancel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
okay.
always cancel when you go for like one gas like this. And I'm surprised INnoVation didn't try to block, or he even saw the probe.
Exactly. Well, INnoVation now has a look around and sees everything that's going on.
Dog on this map, Nexus first and played very risky and greedy. Do you think there is any chance INnoVation might go for like a very fast third command center or do something crazy, or you think he just plays standard?
Well, he certainly could do, considering that NaNiwa right now has not scouted, and INnoVation will eventually notice that his opponent hasn't scouted, right? Until maybe as an observer later on, but that's not really the case for quite a while. So he could do.
He will not notice, he already knows. Like he wasn't scouted at all, so... he did a bit of scouting at the bottom. I think overall he knows exactly what he's up against right now. He saw that initially there was just one gas. He knows he's very safe, and he's going to go for a factory behind his barracks. Third command center or not? That is the question right now that I want to know.
Or does INnoVation just now say that he wants to throw down the extra barracks pretty quickly and play a little more aggressively? I think that could be a build that he goes to feel his opponent out, but he is saving up all those money for the command center, maybe. This
feels a bit like a Terran versus Zerg build order, to be honest. Like usually versus Protoss, after your own expansion, you stop mining gas, and then you throw down double barracks to add up to this. But INnoVation, he wants to go for the Marines plus Widowmine drop, I think.
Yeah.
With some very quick medivacs here. NaNiwa is not going to have any idea until very late about this.
Thankfully for him, he is going for the Forge Robo Opener, so we'll be able to have an observer round pretty quickly against this. But again, as you said, NaNiwa not only has no idea about this, he doesn't even he has no idea about what his opponent's doing at all. He still hasn't scouted anything out, so it's just going to be up to lonely old observer to try.
And I think this is the same build that INnoVation used against Parting on Star Station when they played. He used the exact same thing, and his drop with the Widowmine and Marines wasn't able to do any damage. Parting used the Photon Overcharge in the main at the time, and then he had his units in his expansion. So if NaNiwa defends really well against this, he's going to be in a good position. But INnoVation is actually moving out. I remember he did this against Parting as well, and Parting had 3 Stalkers ready to defend against this. But now, NaNiwa, he's got the 3 Stalkers. They were a bit out of position. He might end up losing some probes.
Yeah, he certainly could do here. Might force a Photon Overcharge. It entirely depends on what the Mothership wants to do. The Widowmine does end up getting burrowed just barely there. Kills off a Stalker, but now it's kind of in no man's land. So where's the Observer? It's already on the way over the map. He's chrono boosting out another one, though.
Yeah, he's gonna get it on time. I mean, a Widowmine takes 40 seconds to reload, and a chrono boosted Observer is 30 seconds, so he's gonna be even faster. So shouldn't detonate again, but one Stalker being killed. Not the end of the world, actually. What's important is to not lose probes. And so far, NaNiwa has lost only a single probe. But now the Medivac is going to start heading across the map. And I love that NaNiwa does the same thing as spotting. He gets a cannon in his main mineral line.
Yeah, and the thing is that that observer barely saw that medevac moving out. Now, I'm curious as to whether or not NaNiwa is kind of attempting to prepare for it. It doesn't look like it just yet. And he can even just drop this stuff on the high ground, out of vision of any of these units if he wanted to, but he's just going to go straight for the mineral line.
Oh, photon overcharge maybe, NaNiwa. INnoVation is just going to pull out of there. Best decision that he could take. Oh, actually not if he gets sniped.
Oh!
He boosted too early.
Oh, NaNiwa with a fantastic pickup there against INnoVation. And that gives NaNiwa the supply lead right now.
I did not think that was going to happen.
Wow. Nor did I. INnoVation, they're losing the medevac where NaNiwa, he set up his defense perfectly. As you said, the cannon in the mineral line, even that, it got 1 or 2 shots off with that photon overcharge as well.
I don't really like the placement on the cannon, because if you look at the minerals, it's blocking a lot of these probes. They have to go all the way around.
Yeah.
You can place those a lot better. But so far, the defense has been perfect. Whoa, he's throwing down a lot of gateways.
That is a lot of gateways, you're right.
I mean, at this point, as Protoss, you're supposed to see if you're up against a third, and then if you're up against a third, you take your own third. But in this case, I think NaNiwa might just all in with 2 or 3 Colossus, Blink, and a lot of Stalkers, basically. And if INnoVation, he's taking a third. So is he going to have enough Vikings to help defend against this? Considering that right now, he needs to add additional barracks, start more upgrades, and swap his starport for the reactor that he made with the factory, which he misclicked, by the way. INnoVation misclicking his starport.
Ooh. Oh.
That's not supposed to happen.
No, that certainly isn't. Only 1 Viking. Ah, okay, there he relands it. But that's still a little bit of production time here that's missing from INnoVation, where now that NaNiwa has spotted this third base going down at the time it has, it's going to matter. It certainly is.
Wow, NaNiwa wants to take the third base on the bottom right-hand side here. Oh, I guess this is not too bad. If you stand there, like in the smoke, and you have Stalkers ready to blink in your main, because like, I guess they are equal in distance. Look at INnoVation, he's confused. He drops on the other side at 9 o'clock, he sees nothing. Actually, a probe is... No, NaNiwa changed his mind. And the medevac comes back on the third base.
Yeah, he's going to get that force the cancellation at least. He dropped the scan in the middle of the base as well. Saw that the robo facility was whirring away along with the robo bay. So he now should have a good amount of indication as to what his opponent's up to. And look at this, trying to be aggressive here. Loading up medevacs, trying to keep his opponent pinned back whilst he can establish that third.
Remember Grubby trying to throw down a third base at 10:30? That's what NaNiwa tried to do. But like Grubby, he's going to be taking it at 11:30 because INnoVation here didn't allow him to have this happen. So even though NaNiwa sniped the medevac early on, look at INnoVation's supply. He's macroing like a boss behind this. But NaNiwa now, it's going to be the time he's very strong against no Vikings. He's just got Blink. Oh, but the big Doom drop in the main. NaNiwa's not ready for this.
3 medevacs here unloading on just a few gateway units. They're not really going to be able to do too much against this for now. He needs to bring back his entire army. And it's so far out of position right now. He's going to have a hard time dealing with this. The army positioning itself very, very well here for INnoVation. Doing good amounts of damage. 1 Colossus does pop as well. Will it be enough to push this back? Yes, it will. INnoVation forced to retreat out.
INnoVation traded quite cost effectively there, but didn't do such important damage. Oh, the medevac!
Yeah, he actually killed off quite a bit of that bio there. INnoVation has to be careful in the middle of the map. He doesn't have Vikings to complement this. But INnoVation also now actually kind of just getting all of his units together in the middle of the map. This is still a pretty strong army from him. 65 supply against 55.
NaNiwa needs the Templar Archive quite badly here. He hasn't been doing the best job of making probes continuously, but I guess he had to cut for some time on 2 bases. INnoVation scanning the probe transfer on the 3rd base. He's gonna get in there. How can he be confident enough to engage into this?
There's a few force fields here, but he's just gonna be using that for Guardian Shield, actually, that energy. And these Colossi doing quite a lot of damage. Nice pick up of one of them at the bottom, though, as he doesn't have any more gateway units to reinforce it. But the Time Warp, very nice with that pickup as well. INnoVation trying to dart on in to the main to try and do some damage. And so important.
INnoVation is being overly aggressive right now. I don't know why he's committing so much to these attacks. Having Blink Stalkers, NaNiwa could kill all this, but there is an attack headed to the 3rd base of NaNiwa. He's completely out of position.
He got one of the medevacs there down to the south here, but he's going to try and go and snipe the 3rd next. If he can get this, that would be fantastic for INnoVation. He's killing off a few of the Zealots. The medevacs come along to rendezvous as well. But with all of this aggression here, I don't know if NaNiwa can actually get back in time. I think he will be able to.
Yeah, and no, those medevacs, he needs to get them. He's been failing at sniping them. INnoVation does not even try. Actually, he tries and he succeeds.
Can he blink? He can blink and he gets it. Oh, a great snipe out there once again by NaNiwa, evening up the supply right now. And INnoVation here, army supply 54 to 57.
And INnoVation, he knows that NaNiwa hasn't had time to tech to Templars here. Oh, actually some Marauders are going to be caught out of position here. Charge already finished. This is pretty good.
Exactly. Any unit that INnoVation can retain right now is so, so important. But NaNiwa, having taken these engagements, been very, very strong with his defense. Very good.
NaNiwa had a really nice hold, but now I feel like he's feeling confident enough to maybe attack. I think this might be a mistake. If INnoVation has time to work on his concave enough, which on this map is impossible not to, he's going to hold very comfortably. The only thing he has going for him is the 2 Colossus, which is only 2 Vikings.
But he's got 2-1 upgrades as well here, so those Zealots are going to tank a lot of damage, especially if they're covered by Guardian Shield. And INnoVation knows he's in a little bit of trouble here, pulls off a lot of the SCVs, and he's losing quite a lot of them. At the same time, NaNiwa taking an advantage in the army supply.
Wow.
55 army supply to 48. He could actually do it here. He's actually killed off 25 workers as well. NaNiwa is pushing INnoVation to the brink of destruction in game number 1.
Yeah, INnoVation doing his best to hold right now. He's going to chase one of these Colossus. Nice micro by NaNiwa. 28 kills on the one Colossus, 14 on the other one.
NaNiwa, I cannot believe that this is happening, but he's just going to send a few Zealots to the 3rd base.
You know, I had my doubts, but thinking about it, this was the best time to attack, because INnoVation just got his 2nd starport.
Yeah.
And the more NaNiwa waited, the more his Colossus would have been useless. Now he killed a lot of the bio, he traded, and he just goes into Storm.
He only had 2 Vikings when that push came. There was no way he could actually deal with those. And
there is no Ghost Academy by INnoVation. Remember how it went for the other Terrans that tried that, like Bolt?
This is crazy, man.
Wow, so many Templars were warped in advance on NaNiwa's 3rd base. He's going to be in a great position as soon as Storm finishes. He's getting his 2nd Forge as well. And NaNiwa is going to be 2-2 very soon.
It feels as if NaNiwa's actually really buckled down here in this game. And INnoVation's aggression just every single time did not work out. Yes, he did a little bit of damage, but look at the resources lost.
Yeah.
The 4,000 extra here to INnoVation in comparison to NaNiwa, who has been very cost efficient at shutting down those drops constantly.
Whoa, NaNiwa's moving forward. He might go for a Storm timing here before Ghost. I think he has no idea that there's no Ghost on the way at all. He proxies by in the middle. INnoVation's going to be able to see it, but I don't think he can stop it ultimately. Yeah. Even if he sees it, look at NaNiwa's money. If he starts spending all of this, he should actually be throwing down some extra gateways at this point.
These storms could absolutely wreck INnoVation, but he's going to have to hit good storms because it's 86 army supply to 89. Actually, that's been evened up quite considerably now here. As NaNiwa moves on forwards, he has a few Archons to actually tank. Not too bad a storm, actually. He runs a lot through that, and a 2nd storm catches a lot of that as well here with the Vikings going down. The Colossi killing off a lot with great storms once again. NaNiwa is pushing INnoVation back. And he has nothing left.
Yeah, not a single Viking out. I think NaNiwa's going to be able to take it from there.
This is insane. NaNiwa is pushing on through. And there you go. GG. Game number 1 goes to NaNiwa. INnoVation, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 game away from being eliminated completely from this tournament.
What a sick hold. I can't believe NaNiwa held this for so long and as well as he did. At first, it looked like he wasn't splitting that well, but so many times he surprised me. I thought the Medivac wasn't supposed to die. He'd get sniped, and he just holds everything. This was beautiful play, I have to say. He played the same style that I talked about, that Parting did versus INnoVation, being successful against him, winning 2-0. NaNiwa emulated the exact same thing, and he made it work. Not like Grubby. Grubby, he had the hardest time trying to do the same strategy, and Palt just being able to do like some small moves that INnoVation also didn't go for in the games that he played against Parting. So my hat off to NaNiwa just for the 1 game here. I mean, he hasn't won yet, but this game was very impressive in itself. Taking a map of INnoVation is always ever so hard.
Definitely. We are now going into game number 2 here. NaNiwa has requested a 1-minute break. I can sort of understand. Calm yourself a little bit. As that was impressive. That was some impressive play.
NaNiwa is slapping himself in the face right now. You just beat INnoVation.
What the fuck? What's going on?
I did it. He goes to the toilet. He gives a speech to himself in the mirror. Like, you can't do this.
You flexes and stuff. NaNiwa. Is that what he normally does? All right.
INnoVation right now probably very, very nervous. Losing the first game here. Losing to Teja in the first match. I did not expect this. I mean, a lot of people would have predicted INnoVation to go far. I know a lot of people predicted Rain. I know Slasher predicted INnoVation to win, I think.
Yeah.
And I mean, I would not expect INnoVation to take anything else than top 4 in this tournament.
Exactly.
Like at least, that's like, if he has a bad day, he takes top 4. And now it's like, he's about to be eliminated if he loses 1 more game versus NaNiwa.
All right, well, both players exchanging pleasantries, both saying Sugo-yo. Which I'm assuming is that kind of respect thing.
Yeah, it's like good job.
Yeah. So, all right, both seem ready here for the second game. Newkirk Precinct is the map. If NaNiwa takes it, he advances on to tomorrow to battle for that second spot in the round of 8. However, INnoVation, if he loses this one last game, he is out. And I'm sure that is going to upset a lot of people if that happens. As you said,
as well. I mean,
yeah, I mean, as you said, you see INnoVation in a tournament, you're like, top 4, top 2, wins the tournament, something around those lines.
Going into this tournament, I really thought INnoVation was the best player in the world, and that sometimes he does some mistakes and loses a best of 3 or 5 or 7 here and there. But I didn't think he could lose in group stage here. Certainly not.
He's just not looking as impenetrable as he once did as of late.
So he's penetrable now.
He is penetrable. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's jump into game number 2. As we have Newkirk Precinct on map. Spawning to the bottom left-hand corner here as our red Terran. Currently 1 game down, representing STX Seoul and Korea. He is INnoVation. And spawning down to the bottom right-hand corner, we have the man representing the foreign scene, along with only Scarlet remaining. Representing Alliance and Sweden, he is NaNiwa.
And NaNiwa here, he has to be careful not to let this first map victory make him lose focus, because when you win a game this important against such a player as INnoVation, it's very easy to start complimenting yourself and then forget about the task at hand.
Yeah.
You might think you already won, but you didn't. Like, all you did literally was just win a single game. So he needs to stay focused if he wants to be able to keep up here. And again, INnoVation going for the gas 12, so I'm guessing similar opener. I was really surprised to see how aggressive he played. I mean, sometimes you see it work out very well, but now the defense of NaNiwa, it was working out pretty well, and he had Blink. So at this point, usually you kind of shut down the drops for some time, and you play a little bit more passive as Terran, but INnoVation had no intention to do that, and he lost a little bit too much with his aggression.
Dude, Blink was absolutely instrumental in the victory for NaNiwa there, killing off some of the medevacs, just slowly chipping away at his opponent's medevac count whilst those drops were going on, was absolutely fantastic there for NaNiwa. And now, here in game number 2, I mean, INnoVation has the opportunity to once again get very aggressive. There's a lot of paths that you can utilize on this map. But NaNiwa, all he has to do is position observers in good spots, position pylons in good spots, and he will deter that for quite a while.
On this map, it might actually be even easier to defend against drops. If you place like 3 observers, like on the middle of the map, you can see everything headed your way. I feel like INnoVation, he doesn't play the opponent enough. It feels like every single game, he tries to play standard and outplay his opponent with his mechanics and just good reactions to everything.
Yeah.
For example, NaNiwa, he almost never scouts, and he never proxies all those like huge cheese versus Terran. One of the only cheese he could ever do is a Blink all-in. So why not go Command Center first, for example, by INnoVation? Why is he still playing the Reaper Expand?
Yeah, it's certainly a conundrum here. We have a pause from INnoVation, it seems.
No, I think it was NaNiwa, no?
No, because he gave the question mark, so I'm assuming it's INnoVation.
Oh, yeah.
So we will just wait and find out what's going on in a second, guys. But this is important, and I imagine if there's any distractions here for INnoVation, he will pause the game. And you do not want to be going out at this point here, guys. Super, super important. So Mr. NaNiwa is just asking what's going on.
Trying to check
any results?
Status on Teja versus Dog. I think Teja is up 1-0.
Oh, wow. Nice. His
Teja
PC
doing
crashed.
very well in this tournament, beating INnoVation, and now 1-0. She's the European champion.
Well, I'm being told by our admin, though, that his PC crashed, so regame, I guess, from NaNiwa.
Resume from replay or brand new game?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
New game, INnoVation goes Command Center first.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute, this wasn't the right choice. I was playing the wrong map out. Oh, he says, sorry, go. Admin
we didn't see him leave the game.
No, so it can't. It's all right, guys. Don't worry. It's all right. So, Lloyd, you can't even see what you're writing. You're just like,
I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. Hi, Todd. There we go.
You're such a nerd.
What? Dude. Yeah, I am a nerd. Oh, you're right. Okay. So we are going in 3, 2, 1. Let's go as we have the game going once again. Ignore all this chat. It'll go away in a second. It'll be fantastic. All right, so Cybernetic's core on the way, as is the Reaper. So I think that, you know, the Reaper can get full scout off of what's really going on.
He's going to do the same opener. He's going to cancel the Zealot if he's not blocked. Is INnoVation going to block this time?
I don't think he's saw the probe.
Yeah, why is he not? You're supposed to check the natural first. Why is INnoVation not trying to block?
He would get a free block, like, just guaranteed, because the timing of it...
well, not free. On eBay costs some money.
Well, okay. I mean, it would... God damn it, Todd. He would get a really nice block.
Yeah, it will be pretty good. I mean, the Nexus will come down much later than the Command Center, and now they are pretty much equal. I think the Nexus might even have been thrown down a little bit earlier. Ooh, the Reaper trying to outrace the Mothership Core. He's going to be able to, but not to shoot as well.
Bomb Mothership Core, not able to fully chase that down, and the healing does begin. 1 lap. It's doing track runs. INnoVation told it to, and it's got away. So all is good for this poor Reaper.
This is... I'm surprised INnoVation is still mining guys like this with 2... Okay, quick third Command Center. Finally, he...
What we were expecting.
Switching it up. But he's still mining gas with double SCV on it, so I think he might throw down the very quick factory behind this, which will be extremely greedy at this point. Like, if you go to Command Center like this with the reactor, usually you're supposed to throw down 2 barracks. So if you do the factory like he did before, you still have some extra units. But if he now goes for the third Command Center plus the factory, that will be really, really greedy.
Quick question. If this Mothership Core were to see the third Command Center this quickly, would there be any possibilities or opportunities for NaNiwa to actually pressure?
Okay, one, it's not going to see it. But if it did see it, there is a few things he could do to try to pressure, but most of them will require to have kind of guessed in advance that there was going to be a third Command Center.
Yeah.
Or, usually what Protosses do these days, what the top Protosses like First, Parting, Rain, the best Protosses versus Tian do, they take their own quick third. Much quicker than usual. Even 9:30 if you have to, but just much earlier than in general.
All right, well, you are correct in the fact that it did not spot it. So... as such now, NaNiwa playing a little bit in the dark as to what his opponent is up to. Just saw the 4 Marines with the extra 2 rendezvousing with that, so not much else he can really infer from that. But the Observer, he's on the way to try and spot something. And he should be able to get good info. And NaNiwa adding on extra Observers, which is always nice to see here from the Protoss, just to make sure they're well defended.
Oh, that Reaper gonna find his way into the natural. Oh, nice to run!
Whoa.
Never mind.
Oh, he got away.
I can't believe that happened. And he's just trying to confirm there is no Stargate, no Twilight here, which is the most important informations. Sometimes you can even spot a Robo Bay here, which will be huge. You would know exactly what he might be up against later. You can scan and confirm, because some Protosses will cancel that. I'm sure you've casted some of my games.
Yeah, I have. No. But hey, the cannon went actually down in the mineral line just after the Reaper left.
Twilight Council.
Did he go for it?
Yeah. Ooh. So, I mean, I think NaNiwa from there, he probably plays Charge Lot, Archon, and takes the third, but there's still a lot of possibilities. He could go into Storm very quickly as well on this map.
He could. I think that would be a cool idea. I think I would like to see that. Again, in WCS Europe this season, in fact, we saw a lot of straight to Templar Archives as opposed to just committing more to the Robo, and it was very, very strong.
Yeah.
So
I think NaNiwa is already thinking about, well, he's actually gonna start proxying pylons across the map. Look, he's sending a probe on the top side of the map.
Yeah.
And he's... Where is his observer?
One of them died in the main, so he's having to send another one over.
Yeah, I thought he had already sent it back, sent it there, but he sent it back to his base or something.
Yeah,
okay, he's getting charged. And a fast Templar Archive. I think he goes for Storm and some very quick Storm drops here while taking a third. And this is going to be super strong against no ghost. As long as there are no ghosts.
And this is, again, this is something that we saw a lot of in WCS EU, and it worked to great effect.
Actually, he goes up to 8 gates. No, 7.
Yeah.
7 gates. We saw NaNiwa play this style before. It was in WCS Europe Premier League when he played Shuttle. He just went up to 7 or 8 gates. He had about 18, 19 probes on each mineral line, and then he just took a third from there and tech to Colossus.
Wow, man.
So,
INnoVation is so good at actually spotting these observers as well. He's killed off 2 as they've basically entered his base.
But NaNiwa didn't see the command center flying?
He still has not seen it, I think.
He has to know, though. Like, Terran never scans this much without a third command center.
Yeah, but still, that's very, very acute eyesight there by INnoVation, just to spot these blurs every single time. But meanwhile, NaNiwa placing pylons up to the north to try and get aggressive himself.
I'm surprised he has no units in his main ready for any kind of drops. I mean, 10 minutes. There could have been drops already happening in this game. And NaNiwa is proxying a pylon. He's going to go and see that third base. He could send... Actually, he could go for a timing with this. Without Storm, he just gets charge loss and Archons.
Well, this drop does get shut down as well here. He spotted it with the Observer quite quickly. The interesting thing, though, there for INnoVation was he actually... Sorry, NaNiwa, he kept his High Templars out of vision of the Medivacs, and he still has archives.
Yeah.
So very important here.
Oh, and NaNiwa finally starts chrono boosting the Storm here. The third will be revealed. There was a Marine in position. Would have actually denied this if it was closer.
Still didn't see High Templars.
Yeah, and he's in for a treat here. If he's not careful, he's just gonna right out die. He saw the Twilight Council though, and he saw no Colossus yet, so he might be able to kind of guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Is he getting Vikings? No, he's not getting Vikings. So I think INnoVation might kind of be aware of what he's up against right now, and he's content with what he has. He's getting his upgrades going. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a Ghost Academy thrown down by him now to make sure he does not die against lots of storms.
Yeah, you're right. Very, very important. And that storm is going to be done pretty darn soon as well. Warp Prism harassment going to start occurring here from NaNiwa as well to try and keep his opponent pinned back.
You know, if he drops Zealots in the main and then sends Zealots into the natural with the pylon that he has proxied, INnoVation is going to have his entire army across the map. He's going to lose a lot of economy, and then he would have to attack this third base of NaNiwa. Against storms, it's going to be pretty hard.
He dropped the scan. He sees the High Templars. He sees they have a lot of energy here. The Zealots are going to go to work in the natural, but well, in the main even. But these Zealots charging on forwards for NaNiwa at the front, trying to push his opponent back. Will do. Zealot harassment doing very, very well in the main. Does get cleaned up in the end. And NaNiwa going blow for blow with his opponent, keeping INnoVation away from his third for now.
Yeah, but the hold by INnoVation was beautiful here. He lost only 6 SCVs, and he killed all these 4 Zealots. He almost got the Warp Prism. He's going to go for another drop in the main. NaNiwa needs to warp at least 1 extra Templar for feedback and some Zealots. He does just that, and INnoVation is just going to pull back. Yeah,
1 feedback does hit, but is not enough to kind of kill off that. And he's trying to intercept. There is the Ghost Academy down as well behind this, and he's starting to make Ghosts as well as Mobius Reactor now. But NaNiwa still very stable on these 3 bases. These High Templars have bought him a lot of time, and he's looking for the transition as well.
Yeah, NaNiwa he's doing the transition beautifully, I have to say, with the second Forge and the Colossus. But I would have liked to see a second Robo, probably, to really make sure he can get enough. Because like now, if he gets attacked when he has only 1 or 2 Colossus, remember how Terran attacks on this map. They get all the way around the third Nexus, and even with AoE, like Storm and 1 or 2 Colossus, you're not going to be able to hold if the Terran does that very, very well. So we're going to find out here how this goes. NaNiwa is going for another drop in the main. There is a Marine position, and the turret actually going to be able to deny some of this as well. I don't think yet. Oh, the Vikings. NaNiwa needs to drop very quickly. He's not. Oh, he actually didn't have any time to drop. Maybe he could have gotten 1 Zealot in there.
Nice defense here by INnoVation. And moving through the middle of the map with 96 army supply to 86. I still don't think he can fully pressure this, though. The Observer's trailing this army, so he will always be able to land feedbacks unless INnoVation cleans that Observer up. And the 1 High Templar moving forward, looking for the opportunity to storm or anything.
There is 1 Marine forward, not moving.
Yeah.
It's like the shield of this army. And yeah, it will be very smart to do what NaNiwa was doing. Place some Templar on the high ground here, ready to storm. But INnoVation is going to look for that concave that we saw before. Storm, maybe?
Oh, it could land it. Oh, that's a really, really nice storm.
And nice feedback. He got 1 Ghost as well.
Yeah, very, very nicely done there by NaNiwa in this opening moments of this engagement. Even if he doesn't kill off those units, just draining a little bit of the energy on those Medivacs is very, very useful.
NaNiwa is going toe-to-toe with INnoVation right now. He's going to be getting his second Colossus very quickly. He's getting Thermal Lance as well. Time is playing against INnoVation. Nice snipe on the Templar, but there is still a lot of Templars left with lots of energy as well.
And INnoVation here just has to move on back. He's left a few units down here.
He anticipated another Templar going up there.
Exactly.
Sadly for him, there is an Observer, but this is one of those very smart moves that distinguish the great players from just the good ones.
If NaNiwa can actually have his +3 armor finish in time for this engagement to come along, then maybe he'll have a very, very nice chance. Oh, there goes a snipe as well as a few feedbacks. Has to be careful. Once again, INnoVation's upgrades are very far behind.
INnoVation could have EMP'd the Mothership Core.
Yes, he could have. You're right.
Yeah, it's being very annoying right now. The Photon Overcharge, the Nexus, you obviously want him to tank, even if you lose it. By this time, your army as Protoss will do a lot of damage. NaNiwa is almost max. He might go for it here.
Oh, he certainly might do. That's a lot of Zealots. He's actually going to charge in. That +3 armor is not finished just yet, but he's just going to go straight for it. Force fields go down, trapping a lot of those units. Noticeably, a lot of those Ghosts are on the wrong side of these force fields here for INnoVation, and the Storms go down behind this as well. NaNiwa right now with the army supply disadvantage for him. It's very, very close.
What sick force fields in micro here. There were so little Vikings. Did you notice?
Yeah.
There wasn't enough Vikings to deal with this Colossi. INnoVation, he invested heavily on Ghost, but then he didn't attack when he could at first because he was scared. And then now, he finally felt confident enough to take a fight, even outside of the range of Photon Overcharge. But there was too much here by NaNiwa. The micro was too good.
Oh, and INnoVation decides, I'm going to drop a hell of a lot in your main.
These observers got so much info the entire game.
They have.
The two observers, if you look at NaNiwa's vision,
They've noticed everything. Exactly. There's only one cannon here, though, to deny this for now. He will kill off one of the medevacs if he focuses it, but he doesn't in the end. Oh, yes, he does. And now bringing his entire force back here with these Zealots. But this is a really, really good position here for INnoVation, as NaNiwa's army is slightly bottled up here between the Forge and this architecture. Very, very difficult for him to really push this back.
Oh, this army at the third.
Ooh.
INnoVation is getting caught out of position with this. He's going to have to steam away. I think NaNiwa might go for the kill at INnoVation's third right now. He might be confident enough to do that.
Oh, and he pushed everything away in the main as well. Where are the ghosts?
There is no ghost on the map. And NaNiwa, he's got Archons, he's got Templars. Two of those, one of those with actually full energy, the other one, two other one with Storm. If NaNiwa attacks now, INnoVation is in a world of trouble. He doesn't have a single ghost on the map. He's getting 4 right now. He's getting Cloak as well. But will he have it on time? NaNiwa actually choosing to play passive because he doesn't know. You cannot know what your opponent has exactly. He doesn't even have an observer across the map. But if he would attack now, he could possibly finish this game and INnoVation. And he's just going to get Blink behind this. And NaNiwa is working on his composition. He quite likes his composition, his current composition, but you need to go up to 10 to 12, 14 Stalkers to help defend against those Vikings. He's going to do just that. He's getting Blink as well. And I think NaNiwa is still ahead right now.
Yeah, and I mean, back to the point of NaNiwa being in the dark, having INnoVation kill off those earlier observers, very, very nice knock-on effects here that make it just a little bit harder here for NaNiwa to push on forwards, but he's sending a probe out into the middle of the map. He could get a little bit more intel about his opponent's composition, maybe once it attacks pylons or anything like that, just shreds of information that he needs right now to fully know what's going on whilst charging forwards with one High Templar. He knows that his opponent's very strong, but he could do damage.
I'm surprised NaNiwa hasn't done more run-bys with Zealots, like we see first.
Like harassment, yeah.
Yeah, like he hasn't sent anything. He felt very scared of dying, I think, back at home, so he kept on warping units there. But if he had sent just 2 or 3 Zealots in the natural of INnoVation, he would have killed a lot of SCVs earlier. And
look at this.
Oh, he's going to go for the kill. Why is he not finishing the factory? He's going to be so annoying.
I don't know. 135 army supply to 126 in favor of NaNiwa right now, as one Zealot moves forwards to gauge how much his opponent has, sees those things.
He's got a lot of bank.
He does.
Anyway, he could make a lot of units behind this. He's going to wait for Blink to finish. Maybe it's 20 seconds from finishing. He's got the +3 on the way as well. He might attack just before. He's trying to get some good storms now, but he's just going to get sniped if he does that.
Yeah, he was trying to grant his High Templar vision with that one Zealot that was moving forwards here. The Stalkers don't want to be at the front until Blink's finished so they can actually blink back, or maybe even just blink under a Viking. Try and catch that off guard. Unit counts, we have 13 Vikings against these 4 Colossi, so they need to save themselves as best they can do. That's a good volley there from those Vikings early on. Blinks forward, tries to pick off one, picks off one of the Vikings, another nice storm, and catches quite a few of these Vikings. Yeah. They're taking a lot of damage.
This is very important here. INnoVation cannot lose his Vikings. There is 5 Colossi.
Ooh.
It would go very bad for him if he lost all his Vikings carelessly like this.
So important for him to retain those Vikings right now. And they're very, very weak here. That High Templar does get picked off. That's a really good pick off there. Oh, not the best position there for NaNiwa to actually engage into. He throws down a storm once again on the Vikings, trying to limit those numbers. And the Zealots and Archons still trying to move forwards here, but this is not the best position for him. Army supplies is heavily in favor of INnoVation right now, but he still has to pull back. The warp in of Zealots down to the south, helping out considerably here for NaNiwa. And there's no more Vikings. The 3 Colossus are able to do a lot of damage. 3 more Vikings actually come in here to try and help this out. But now NaNiwa is actually pushing forward, 60 army supply against 46. And I think he can reinforce really aggressively as well. It looks like he's pushing INnoVation back. NaNiwa is doing this. NaNiwa is pushing INnoVation to the very brink once again.
Yeah, and INnoVation is going to pull some SCVs here, but this is his last stand, I feel. He's getting Vikings 4x4, but can he catch up on supply? 68 army supply to 80.
I don't know.
NaNiwa is positioning himself just too well, and every single time if he feels not comfortable enough with the fight, he just pulls back, gets reinforcements, and I think INnoVation is going to take a last fight here and leave after this fails.
Morphing in the Archon, separating up his units. He even has cannons at the front, blinks forward, kills a Viking after Viking, and the bio is waning in numbers here with these Colossus ripping it apart. INnoVation is on the brink of actual elimination here, and NaNiwa does it. NaNiwa, GG, eliminates INnoVation. What is going on?
Protoss is pretty good.
Wow. INnoVation, ladies and gentlemen, is out. He is gone. He goes away with $5,000 in prize pool, but this is not what we expect from INnoVation. We said it at the beginning. We expect him to take that top 4, to take that top 2, to take that first place. And NaNiwa knocks him out.
Yeah, NaNiwa, he really wanted it. As I said, I knew he really wanted it, and he made it happen. Beautiful play out of him, I have to say.
Yes.
To the letter, this was what we've seen the top Korean players do. And NaNiwa shows he's up to par with some of these best Korean players. His execution was beautiful the entire time. There was a few mistakes here and there. It's never perfect. I'm a perfectionist, so I'm not going to be dishonest about this. But overall, this was beautiful play. And INnoVation, it kind of felt like he didn't know what to do exactly, especially against Templar play. He was hesitating a lot of the time. This is not the INnoVation we are used to. He might have trouble against Protoss, I guess, these days. I guess you can say it.
Dude, my heart's pounding. I'm like, I'm not even joking. My heart is pounding through my chest right now. Anyway, guys, that does it for our matches in Group C.
And NaNiwa, we get a rematch versus Dog
He
tomorrow,
will, yeah.
which he wanted as well. So
yeah.
Finally,
he definitely.
Third time's the charm.
After that first game, especially, he wants that rematch versus Duck, definitely. All right, guys, we are going to go to a break. And then when we are back, we have Maru versus Alive from Group D. I need to go and take a breather. I'm sure you guys all do as well. We'll be back in just a few.